You know, it was kind of like a blur. But you know, the whole process was fun. Something I'm glad I got a chance to do.
Darren, what was the process? You had a couple punches and you pushed Frank out the ring. What was kind of going through your mind there? And
I mean, I
what
didn't mean to.
happened?
I don't. I just pushed him. I didn't know he was going to fall out of the ring. Just being aggressive. And he happened to fall out of the ring.
And afterwards, I think he kind of probably responded with one as well to you. I guess how heated did that really get for you guys in that match?
It's a fight, man. I mean, things happen. You know, it's part of it.
What provided more anxiety for you, tonight or your first NBA game?
Um, it's weird. Probably my first NBA game, honestly. There was a lot of anxiety, honestly, probably 6 weeks ago when I took the fight, just because I was, about 245 pounds, and the fight was at 215, and so, I hadn't sparred in over a year, so, I had 6 weeks to get ready for this, and switch to boxing. So. There was a lot of anxiety those first couple weeks, but as the fight got closer and my weight got down, like I got in better shape. I started feeling like I was ready, and by the time the fight got here, I was just ready to get it over with, ready to stop talking, stop doing press conferences, stop doing all the other stuff, and just fight.
Would you want to do this again, or is this a one-off thing for you?
Yeah, did you hear my post? My post. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I think I'm done. I think that was a one-off for me.
Why so? Why did you?
Why?
Yeah, why?
I mean, this is something I wanted to do. It was like a bucket list thing. I did it. I'm not doing it for money. I'm not doing it for, anything else. It was just the opportunity came at the right time. None of my kids had anything going on right now, and so it was like a perfect storm.
Hey Darren, when you scored the knockdown, did you feel as though you could, finish him off at that point, or were you kind of surprised that you were able to, hang on?
I mean, he had like a minute to recover, so it was if it would have resumed a little bit quicker, yeah. But I thought there was a chance I could get him out of there.
At any point were you hurt, or?
Yeah, he hit me with a good shot, right hand that definitely wobbled me a little bit. Hit me with another right, I think, or it might have been a hook that stunned me a little bit. So there's a couple shots where he landed for sure.
I know that obviously you were boxing tonight, but you're really known as really an MMA guy. You have an MMA gym. I know you said it's a one-off, but as another bucket list, do you want to probably do a little bit of MMA?
No, that ship is definitely sailed. I'm too old to get ready for an MMA fight. I'm happy I got through this camp to get here. I battled injuries the whole way through. There was times where I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. But I definitely don't think I could make it through an MMA camp, an 8-week MMA camp.
And did you kind of feel like pressure, knowing that, like the way Nate Robinson went out, you're also an NBA player. Did you kind of feel like?
I'm not Nate Robinson, so not really. I mean, we're two different people, two different fights. I was confident in my skills and the work that I put in. So, anytime you step in the ring, you essentially, get knocked out. I mean, you see what happened with the main event tonight. So that's always a possibility. And, I did get rocked tonight. So, it's always a possibility when you step in the ring.
Darren, what was it like to have Safe actually corner you for this fight? We're used to seeing Safe corner some of the fighters from your gym. We talked about the Jeff Neal
Yeah.
that you had between rounds. What was it like having Safe in your corner?
I mean, it was amazing. I wouldn't want anybody else in my corner. We've been talking about this for years. We were preparing for an MMA fight a couple years ago and going through camp, and then the fight got called off. And so he always said if I fought, he was going to be in my corner. And so I really appreciate him. Appreciate my training partners, Charles Bird and Clinton Williams, for all the work they did to get me prepared for this. Without them, I definitely wouldn't have made it here.
Did you get a chance to watch the main event, and if so, how did you react to it?
I did, and I turned around and I was talking to Amanda Serrano when it happened, and so I missed the knockout, but I heard the crowd. So
Hey Darren, can you talk a little bit about your composure? Because a lot of questions were asked from the open workouts to your interviews to the entire process. For someone doesn't have anything on tape on this big stage, it seemed like you had an even keel, even when you thought you had to fight. Where did that come from?
Well, I mean, I've had a chance with a lot of our guys at Fortis to be behind the scenes with them, you know, be sparring partners for them, go through camps with them, corner them, be in the back when they're warming up, getting ready for fights, see them go through the whole process. So it's kind of like I learned through them, and I get a chance to talk to them and ask them what the process was going to be like. And so, you know, I just had great advice from those guys the whole step of the way.
Now that it's over for both you guys, I mean, did you guys talk after the fight?
Oh, yeah.
What was the conversation like?
Yeah, it's no, it's whatever. But
Yeah.
I just felt like, you know, he got his big shots when we was clinching and the ref say, you know, break. I'm thinking we put a break and start over, and you know, but it is what it is. I thought he fought a hard fight. It was a good fight, our first fight, and it's all good though. You know, I wish, you know, he said he was done, but I think, you know, I think we should run it back and see, you know, see what will happen. But you know, I respect, like I said before, you know, for both of us come from different sports, and you know, to get in the ring, you know, I take my hats off to him like he feel like the same with me. You know, I never looked at him as just as a basketball player because, you know, I tell people he was around MMA, you know, and you know, I take my hats off to him. He fought hard. He got the decision, but I felt like, you know, some of the stuff he did, you know, I feel like he got the decision coming out of the clinch, you know, and I thought that we put the break and start over, and he took advantage of it. But it's all good though. I respect him a lot though. I respect him.
Darren, you know, since he said that he wants to run it back, I know you said you're done, but would you be open to, you know, giving him the rematch?
You know, like I said, you know, this was just a one-time thing for me. You know, we'll see. We could talk, we can figure it out, but you know, I came into this as this was just, you know, something I wanted to do to check it off the list. You know, I'm not really trying to go dedicate myself to another sport, miss time with my family again. You know, I'm enjoying being at all my daughter's volleyball games and being able to travel with her, and that's the stuff that I would miss out on if I just went ahead and dedicated myself to another sport, because I'm not going to go anything half-assed. That's just not how I am. So that's the main thing for me, and that's probably the main reason at my age. And honestly, like I said, my body damn near broke down trying to get through this one. So that's another thing. That's the other thing.
Frank, I had asked Darren this earlier, but your reaction when you were kind of hanging off the side of the ring there, and then when you went to go push him back out.
I was surprised, like, what the fuck, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's all good, you know. I thought he fought hard, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say I didn't look at him just as a basketball player, because I know he was around MMA, and I know any guy who, you know, gonna step in the ring knows something. And like I say, he's a good dude, bro. He got the decision, but I feel like he got the decision because, you know, some of the stuff, like we clinch and we break, he got, you know, I put my hands down and look at, you know, and he hit me. But it's all good though. I felt good. I was happy. It was fun, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if he want to run it back, I want to run it back because now I know little things, and I think it'd be a different outcome because I felt like, you know what I'm saying, like in the middle of the rounds, you know, I was doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like he got the big shots, and that's what the judges saw. But I'm not making no excuses because I felt like he fought hard, and I respect him. Like I told him like before, I'm gonna get his number and keep in touch with him because he's a great dude. You know what I'm saying? He's a great dude.
Frank, I just want to get your opinion. You said earlier in the week that the first time you saw a Jake Paul fight was you know, a couple of years ago when he fought his pro debut, and at that time you felt like, you know, you could beat him in the boxing match. You watched him, you know, against Tyron Woodley. I just wanted to get your reaction.
I felt like I told you, he got better every time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised what he's doing because I could tell he worked hard. He worked hard at it. He really, you know, he really want to be good at it. You know what I'm saying? He take it serious. And I feel like anything you take serious, you know, you're going to get better. But, you know, I'm going to go back to our fight, though. You know, I thought, man, Darren had a good fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't take nothing away from him. I thought he fought hard. And, hey, you more than the basketball player, though.
Appreciate
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
Appreciate
I feel
it.
like, man, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like we should run it back, man. I could tell, like, from MMA, the clinches and shit. He knew, how to clinch, and I feel like we break. I thought we supposed to break up and they start over, but he took advantage of that, and I think that's why he got the dub. But I'm okay with it. I felt like in between rounds, I showed my skills. I showed that I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Just a little thing that I got to learn.
Hey Frank, let's talk a little bit tactically a little bit. What were some of the things that was hard for you to do? Because I mean, from the open workouts, like I said, I'm emphasizing the fact that you guys don't have any tape professionally, and I was paying attention to the open workouts, and I think I noticed your defense. A lot of times, even the shot that I got, you kept your head behind your gloves a lot. It seemed like because your forearms are so long, you had a great defense. Was that hard for you to reach for him when you were fighting him?
I think that in a fight, you really, as you're going, and you don't really think about certain stuff. But I thought, you know what I'm saying, like, I felt like when I calmed down, like probably the third, fourth round, I felt better than I felt the first two rounds because I was so anxious, and the crowd out there, my family out there. So I kind of got a little winded. Then I caught my second win. But I'm gonna take my hats off to him, man. He fought hard, bro. I could tell like his coaches had him ready, and they had a game plan like to be rough, because they know I'm a ball player, and they know I was gonna be tough. I thought he fought a good fight. I just felt like he got the decision because like when we clinch, I'm thinking when we clinch, we break up, we start over, but he was still punching. But hey, he did his thing. He got the win. I hope we talk and we can. I'm gonna get his number and see can we get it go again one more time.
There are those instances where he's talking about with the clinch and
Protect yourself at all times. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
Frank, when you went down, you looked like you were saying to the doctor either your neck or your back. What did you?
When?
Did you hurt something when you went down on the?
When he pushed me,
Yes.
and I'm like, damn, what the fuck, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
He was expecting the basketball players. We're supposed to be
nah,
soft.
not
We're supposed
that,
to be soft.
not that. It's just that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking, like, we supposed to, I wasn't tripping on like being physical because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is boxing, but I wasn't thinking, like I just felt like I felt like I lost the fight when we clinched, and after we clinched, he throw punches that I felt like he should have hurt me because I was putting my hands down, like, getting ready to start back over, and he punched me. I felt like if that was me, I probably would have dropped him. I'm being real. I didn't, I'm not taking nothing from him. He fought hard, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell you, he more than a basketball player. And but I think that, when I wasn't paying attention, I felt like he should have hurt me, and I wasn't even hurt, especially with the knockdown. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at my coach like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? But, he fought a good fight, bro. I respect him. And if he want to run it back, I want to run it back. You know what I'm saying? And, but we'll see.
Frank, if you're not able to, get the rematch with Darren, do you still want to, try to pursue someone else, or?
Oh, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I talked to at first, I really want to get this one back, though. You know what I'm saying? But, Darren say, and I understand. Like, we both come from different sports. Like, he got kids, I got kids. My oldest two sons, they in college. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you do something, you dedicate yourself to it. You know what I'm saying? But, we'll see, man. I had fun. I'm not going to lie. I had fun. I know next time, like with the clinches and shit, I'll be better at it. Because I feel like I'm being real. Not taking nothing from Darren. He got the dub, but I felt like that's the only time he got big shots off. You know what I'm saying? And, I heard him. I feel like I heard him like 3 times in the fight. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's the fight game, bro. My first fight we learned. And I'm good with it, though. And I'm happy, though. I'm fun. I had a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like I told him before the fight, I told my family, I told everybody, win, lose, or draw. This is something I want to do. But, I hope we can run it back, D.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, come on. Appreciate it, my bad. Good shit, bro. Hey, yeah, get your name.
give his number right here.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Great job. Thank you.
Disrespect.
What a night. What a knockout. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Man, it was a plan all along to try and just, it looked like you were trying to get her out of the ring the first round, basically. Was that the strategy that you had come in with? Or?
You know, the strategy was to go out there and just beat her every single round, dominate her, and just either box and brawl and show that I'm a all-around fighter. I can do whatever I want in there. I can play with her. I can brawl with her. I can box with her. Throw body shots, head shots, just mix it up. I wanted to be a complete fighter. I mean, if the knockout comes, it would have. If it came, it would have came. But you know, I just wanted to make sure I beat her.
Even though that was the strategy, when you were pouring it on in the corner in the first round, did you think you might have a knockout at that moment?
I mean, I thought, but she was a tough girl. She was strong. I mean, actually, we spoke to her. Very, very nice woman, nice lady. My hat goes off to her for taking the fight. And we went to the locker room, and she told me she weighed 160 today. And, you know, she was a big, tough girl. So, you know, she's definitely durable. And, you know, I thought we could have had it, but I didn't want to, you know, gas myself out. I wanted to make sure that I can continue to go 10 rounds if I had to.
Tell them how much you weighed today.
133. So, I mean, if you see my face and you see her face, I mean, I pack a punch wherever I go. And I can fight the first round all the way to the 10th round if I have to. And you saw it. The 10th round, I came out as if I was brand new.
Amanda, you know, obviously it seems like, you know, you're going to be fighting Katie next. Would you consider that probably the biggest fight in women's boxing?
It is the mega fight for women's boxing. You know, you have pound for pound top three. However you look at it, some people have me one. I mean, some people have 2, 3. It just doesn't matter. That's 2 pound for pound girls going out there. You have undisputed 7th division world champion going and facing each other. And I think that's the mega fight for women. I think we're gonna, you know, blow off those ceilings for women's boxing, and 7-figure payday, you know, for both of us. Madison Square Garden, the big theater, main event. I mean, it's going to be an amazing night.
Amanda, do you think working with Jake Paul and being on this card helped you trying to get towards that fight?
Oh, definitely. It helped me 100%. You know, I was scheduled to fight Katie Taylor a couple of years ago, and I'm telling you, the price that we was offered was nowhere near what we're getting now. And I think Jake Paul definitely helped towards that. You know, what he brings to boxing, it's something new, something exciting. And with him pushing me, Nikisa, you know, always, you know, talking and pushing me to do better things, definitely he helped a lot.
Nikisa, Amanda, when is the timeline? You know, spring's been talked about for that fight to happen. When is the timeline you'd like to get in there and fight Katie Taylor at Madison Square Garden?
I would say the timeline is Amanda and Jordan need to sit down together and figure out what's the right timeline for them, and then we'll continue the discussions with Eddie and Matchroom and come to a date.
Amanda, touching on that, you know, you've had your last 2 fights here on this platform with Showtime. Are you going to want to, like, stay on this platform, given that Katie, you know, is a Matchroom fighter? She's been on DAZN. She's one of, like, the premium fighters on DAZN. Like, how is that all going to shake out?
Well, I'm not really in charge of that. I mean, I'm a fighter. I fight wherever the fights are at. I mean, that's, you know, with Nikisa.
I think, look, we definitely recognize that Showtime has spent a lot of time, energy, and effort helping us build Amanda's brand, and we're going to continue to work with Showtime in every way that we can for Amanda's future.
Amanda, there were talks about online about women's boxing having 2-minute rounds compared to 3-minute rounds for men, especially when Deron Williams and Frank Gore had 3-minute rounds for fighters who actually haven't competed before, really. What do you have to say about that and for the progression of women's boxing in general?
I mean, I've done great in 2 minutes. I know what I have to do in 2 minutes. I know I have to be high-paced fights. I don't know. I mean, I guess to me, it works fine. I mean, if it's gonna pay us a little more and give us a little more, recognition, then I would support it. But it just has to be like all together thing for women's boxing. Some girls like it, some girls don't. But.
Any other questions?
Whoa, I forgot this has wheels. Katie Taylor time, baby.
Congrats, champ. So for all the press in here, so you guys know we will replay the 3 big fights tonight, starting with Williams and Gore, Amanda's win, and Jake's performance on Showtime on Tuesday, December 28th at 9 p.m. If you care to include that in your coverage, we appreciate it. Tuesday, December 28th at 9 p.m. All 3 fights.
kids at? I gotta do this press conference real quick.
Okay, it's your dad, Dylan. DJ Premier.
I'm good. I gotta hurry up. I gotta do this press conference real quick. Sit in the middle. Hey, dude, I love you. I'm good. Don't trip off me. Many people got knocked out by me. So, you good? No, I'm good, dude. Shit, I ain't done. I'm good. Just wanna make sure you know I'm cool. Where Gabby girl? She sleep?
She just went with the net.
Okay. But let me knock this out. I'll hit you in a minute. Can I get a towel or a paper towel of some sort? All right. Dylan, I'm okay. I promise you I'm okay. If I wasn't, I'll tell you. I'm good. All right. I love you. See you in a little bit. All right. What's up, crew?
Tyron, how important is it for you to kind of have these talks with your family members, especially after how it went out there tonight?
Normally I would have did that in private, but I feel like after these two roles with Jake, I feel like the production, the media, we kind of family as well. You know, you guys got to know a lot about me. In the UFC, you guys didn't really get a chance to know me. You didn't get to know what I fought for, and that's what I fight for, my kids and my family. You got a chance to know Mama Woodley a little bit more. You see the cloth that I was cut from and the fighting spirit that possesses inside of me. And I told you guys I was in shape. I told you I was ready to fight. I told you I was coming, and I told you I would look in better shape than he was. And, you know, I did that tonight. So I went back and I looked at it, and I'm like, why the fuck did I drop my hand? I had both hands up. I was ready. I knew it was coming. I was ready to block the overhand, and I don't know if he delayed it. Even if he didn't delay, I don't know why I dropped my hand. And in this sport, it only take one mistake, you know, literally one mistake. I blocked so many shots. And the goal this time around was to extend my punches, to work the body a little bit, to press him a little bit more, to be a little bit more active. I didn't want to let him get 3 rounds ahead and start, you know what I mean, peppering the steak and then me not returning back. So I thought I did a great job of returning back. And I'm not done. Please do not look at me with sorrow eyes. Please not look at me like shaking your head. I done fucked a lot of people up. A lot of people had to have that talk in the locker room. A lot of coaches had to go back to the drawing board. A lot of people in their mind, they knew that they knew that they knew, and I saw it in their face, and it broke their heart when I took that from them. So at some point, we're going to have to start putting a little respect on Jake's name. You know, I never really disrespect him as a power puncher. That's something we always knew. That's why my defense was so tight. And had he dropped his hand on me, the same shit would have happened. So I can't cry over spilled milk. I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed for an opportunity to come out here and fight again and show you guys that I'm fucking still here. And I told my coaches in the back, I said, he back. The young, hungry bull that started and went on this crazy run in the UFC and Strike Force and all these different organizations, he was back. And I can actually say that I was back. So I'll let you guys ask me some questions.
During that round, before you got knocked out, you were dropping your hands a little bit before the knockout.
Yeah.
What was kind of going through your mind there when doing that?
I mean, to be honest, you know, sometimes it's strategy, so I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, I was dropping my hands on purpose to fucking let him throw a shot and hit him back. But he was tight, too. Like, when you fight somebody for the first time and you guys both see that it's power involved, motherfuckers' defense started getting tight. So mine was tight, his was tight, and it was a chess match to try to get a shot in. He got a couple clean shots in, I got a couple clean shots in, but defensively, I think, you know, both of us showed that we were really sharper than the last time. We actually grew as fighters, so I can't really tell you exactly why. Sometimes I just felt like I was too tense, and I made a drop in just to breathe and loosen up, and then just kind of get back in. So.
Was there anything different about this fight from the last fight?
No, you know, I thought he was going to come out a little bit harder because he was all emotional and stuff, and I do respect the fact that he kind of had controlled aggression. This time I think that I was more active. I think that when he threw punches, I countered more. I think that I led the dance a little bit more. I smothered my punches a couple times, and it forces us into clinch. And then, you got to recognize that with two big-ass guys that can knock each other out, you know, motherfuckers starting to think about that power. So he's a wrestler by base, and, you know, I collegiately wrestle forever. So when you get that close, sometimes in actual reaction, you fucking grab and clinch. It ain't even on purpose. It's not because we're not trying to fight. So I think that it was more clinching than I expected.
I knew I was going to be kind of pressing him, you know, and I said it the last time, and I did it this time. But, man, I was in shape. I felt good. I felt alive. My breathing was good. I was listening to my coach. I know they're going to say thank you. Last time I heard everything they said. I didn't do shit. What they were telling me to do this time, I feel like I was responding, and I was kind of reacting.
Going into the end of that round, how did you feel like the fight was going? Like, did you
I thought I was winning. It wasn't a landslide, but he got out the first 3 rounds the last time. I felt like he got the first 2 rounds. The third round was kind of close, but I feel like I was winning the rounds after that.
Tyron, would you say that was the hardest shot you've ever been hit with? You know, you've been in UFC for a long time.
No, Nate Marquardt hit me with the fucking hardest shot. Yeah, but to be honest, Nate Marquardt fight was my favorite fight ever. Because everybody thought I was a wrestler. They thought I was just going to lay and pump your leg. And, you know what I mean, I got the rap for just, you know, my collegiate background, and I couldn't get away from it. But motherfuckers knew I can fight, and we banged. And I basically almost finished him the round before. So that was probably the hardest shot I got hit with in that fight. When Jake hit me, I think I was just, the second I dropped my hand, it's not like he wrapped around my neck. But when I dropped my hands, I kind of almost exposed it here. So he kind of hit right there. And that's an equilibrium shot. Anybody can, you know, lose their balance on that side. So hit me with a clean flush shot. I don't know why I tried. That's the only thing that's driving me up a wall. Like, I saw the shot, and right when he threw it, I had both hands up blocking it. And I don't know if I was going to try to block it and counter check hook. I don't know what the fuck I was going to do. But I dropped that damn hand, and he got that motherfucker through, didn't he?
Tyron, is there a part of you, like, I know this is going to gnaw at you and you'd love to get a third crack at Jake, but is there a part of you that is happy in a way that this rivalry, so to speak, is behind you and you can move on and do other things?
I mean, the rivalry was competitive athleticism. Shit, you want that. I'm tired of everybody fucking talking mad shit during press conferences and kissing and hugging at the end of the fight. No, let's fucking fight. And that's what I came to do. So the rival, I never disrespected him. He never disrespected me. He gave me credit. I gave him credit. But he truly was convicted that he was going to beat me. And I was truly convicted I was going to beat him. And that's what y'all want to see. So we really gave y'all what y'all wanted to see.
You called out Nate and Masvidal.
I mean,
your thoughts
I mean, I can't hate on whatever. I mean, if that's what he want to do, that's what he want to do. I came here. I came to fight. You know, I believe I was an instrumental part of saving this card. A lot of people would have had to go home at Christmas and figure shit out. I pulled up, and I didn't pull up out of shape. I didn't pull up looking fucking like, you know what I mean? I was just taking a fucking paycheck. I came there to fucking do work, and it didn't go my way. But I was in the locker room, and I had to pray. I was like, God, you know what? I'm blessed, man. I came out here. I was in shape, and Coach should tell you, we were training, but something happened in the last 2 weeks where we just converted and everything was spiritual. Was running in a fucking Stone Mountain in Atlanta in altitude, and I knew I wasn't conditioned to do that, but I let my spirit take over. Sparring rounds, same guy sparred the last time, undefeated pro boxer. You know what I mean? Very, very, very sharp amateur, and he wouldn't let no shot get through. This time he was punching me harder, and I think everybody wanted me to win, and it's a funny way your homies show you love by whooping your ass. And nobody eased up on me, and I didn't need them to, and I was game for it. And this boxing shit, I love it. I don't know why, man. I love it. I don't care about the running. Coach came in, and he was surprised at how much shape I was in when he came into town. And we got on the treadmill, and he wanted to test me. I know what he was doing. He always playing these fucking mind games and shit, not telling you how much you running and how far you running and what you doing and touching the damn treadmill and shit. So I started slapping his hand, but he'll tell you I didn't wince. I didn't breathe. I kept a stone face, and I didn't care what he put the speed on. Move your legs faster, move your legs slower, and breathe. And I think that mentality is what made me me. And I'm just thankful and I'm blessed to be able to go out there and do that.
When he got cut, did it change the strategy of the fight for you?
When he got cut?
Yeah, when you saw him get cut.
No, it wasn't over the eye. It was at the forehead. So, I mean, over the eye is a different story. It started bleeding in there. I mean, I'm not aiming shots at a hard forehead. You know, I know you guys don't recognize, but I'm a very, I think a lot in these fights. So, at the end of the day, I'm not going to be aiming at his forehead to do a cut. I mean, I don't know how the cut got there. It seemed like it may have been an accidental headbutt. At the end of the day, what's up, Jake? At the end of the day, I'm not finna just sit here and be punching at a dude's forehead if it was a headbutt that did it.
Personally, I hate when people discredit Jake's career and say, like, oh, his fights are rigged. You know, Woodley got paid to get dropped, and that's something you never do.
He can come over. Yeah. Love, man. Love. Yeah.
Let's give it up for these guys.
What'd you say, my man?
I said, personally,
personally, I hate when the naysayers hate on Jake's career, and even you by saying that, oh, he got paid to take a fall, and you guys are putting everything on the line in a fight like this. So what do you have to say to the people about Jake's power?
You know, I gave Jake his credit for the power the first time around. I said anytime somebody can touch anybody with one punch and put them down, I possess the same power. I know how dangerous it is. It don't matter what a fight can go. It only take one shot to put a motherfucker on the ground. And I said he was playing the game. He's smart with the mind play. I'm a YouTuber, I'm this, and he downplayed it so much. And shout out to my dog Ben Ashton. I don't really think he took him as serious as he should have. And I don't think Nate Robinson really should have just ran in and took that punch like he did. So I knew about the power, but I had to find a way to still inch forward and still get punches off no matter what power he was throwing. And he threw a lot of power shots in this fight. And more shots were blocked for me this time than the last time. He still got something through. But at the end of the day, you know, it's a fight game, and I got to put a little bit of respect on his name. He's tough. It was times where he got a little fatigued. It's times where I got a little fatigued. He was moving forward. I was moving forward, and you know, he didn't show me anything that I didn't expect tonight. We train to give guys credit. We don't train to be like, oh, okay, this guy started. That's like somebody telling me I started in wrestling, so I shouldn't be a good MMA fighter. It don't matter what you start. If you put your heart, your soul, and you're passionate about it, you can become world class at anything.
Just one more for Tyron.
I know you said that you still want to continue boxing. So is the plan kind of to go after a boxer, or do you kind of want to target an MMA fighter?
I just want to fight, man. I just already had a plan to fight 4 times next year. This doesn't change that plan. I'm thankful for the opportunity to step in and fight on this fight. I was already kind of getting ready and geared up. I'm glad I was in shape. I'm glad I listened to my spirit, because had they called me and asked me to fight and I was out of shape, I would have been doing what you guys thought I was doing, was just stepping in for a paycheck, and I wasn't doing that. I came in shape. I came ready to fight. You know, I want to thank Jake for taking the fight. This ain't a fight he had to take. He already beat me on paper, no matter what I thought, no matter what, you know, some of the fans thought. He could have just said, fuck it. You know what I mean? I'll wait on Tommy. Tommy he's not a power puncher like me. Nobody talked about Tommy as much as they talked about me and Jake fighting. And this was a risky fight for Jake. He took this fight. You talk about me taking 2 weeks notice, but I've been thinking about this motherfucker for way more than 2 weeks. And I've been training to fix the mistakes that I did the last time. He had his mind set on another opponent, and then he had to say, am I going to do this or not? He could have just said no. He could have told Nikisa no, and I was sitting there with him, and he said, let's do it. So I respect him for that, for sure. And, you know, definitely it was a great fight tonight. You guys were entertained. And, I dropped my fucking hands one time, and that's all it took, you know.
What about a third fight between you guys, a trilogy?
I mean, shit, you knocked me out. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm never gonna not say a trilogy. I would love to fight him again. The first time I felt it was very, very close. Obviously, one judge said I won, but you know, this is, you know, he got to figure out what he want to do. If he want to run it back, shit, I'm always down. Me and him could fight 10 times. You guys don't recognize that you're in a movie. This is a movie. This is Rocky. This is really a real life Rocky. And you know, I was on a movie set filming, and my phone is always off. You know, I get fired on my day off when my shit ring. And when I got a call to just clear up the air about the no knockout clause, I was on break. If I wasn't on break, I would have never got that call. You know what I mean? And if I would have hesitated and drug my feet, I would have never got the opportunity. So I'm just thankful that I was in shape. I was training hard, and I clicked my mind into savage mode. One more question, because I want to be respectful for Jake so he can get his deal. Let's do it.
Yeah, please.
I told you we was going to be here for a long night. I said we was going to go to war tonight.
Yep. Congratulations, guys. Tyron, congratulations.
It's the thing.
Good job. Respect, bro. I know you at. Guys, update on the attendance. Sorry about that. I gave you, the attendance was 18,685. Sorry. I mixed up 18,685 tonight.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's go, baby. Congratulations on your win, Jake. I just wanted to ask you, how would you assess your performance today?
First and foremost, I want to thank Showtime. They're going to be playing back my fight December 18th on their network.
December 28th.
December 28th. Sorry, December 18th is stuck in my head. But man, shout out to everyone at Showtime. Amazing crew, everyone down from Steven Espinoza on down. What was the question again?
No worries. I was asking, how would you assess your performance today if you could grade yourself?
I mean, I got the knockout, highlight reel knockout. You know, I was setting up that shot because I knew he was going to try and catch the right hand coming straight, so I had to loop it around like a hook. But I was just off. I don't know, man. I was just off a little bit, pulled a muscle again in my arm in the first round there. But had to fight through a lot of tough moments, and Tyron's tough, man. He's a really tough guy. He caught me with an elbow. I'm bleeding in my eye, but still got the job done.
Jake, what makes Woodley so tough?
Man, mental. It's mental. He just keeps on coming forward, hitting them with good shots, good jabs, good body shots. We're in the clinch, and you could feel that, you know, national champion wrestler in the clinch, boom, pushing you around like a bull. And, you know, his punching power is real. He won the UFC championship with that. And so taking those punches, I got a good chin. Like, I really do. And so I'm eating them, but damn, that's just good.
Hey, Jake, can you talk a little bit about your composure after you got cut? Because we've seen a lot of seasoned boxers in the past that when they get cut, a lot of times they panic and their corners panic. It just seemed like your corner didn't panic. It seemed like you have a great cut, man, and you didn't panic. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, nothing phases me at all. I've been through way harder shit in my life, way harder shit. So a little cut is not going to stop me from winning or put me off of my game plan. I actually sort of like that shit because, you know, I look like a fighter right now. All my other fights, I didn't really look like a fighter. This is some shit I could take a selfie and be like, look at me, I'm a professional boxer now. But my team was on top of it in the corner. Stay calm. Bro, at one point, the blood was in my eye. I just saw red. I don't even know if that's healthy. But I just saw red, like, but hey, you got to do it.
As an avid boxing fan, that was easily my favorite knockout of the year, and I think it's time that people deserve to give you credit, because even one of my favorite boxers, Devin Haney, had a fantastic win the other week, but it didn't end in a spectacular fashion like yours. So I say that to say people are still going to have something to say after this. Fight a real boxer. Where's Tommy Fury at? Whatever nonsense they're going to say. Have you done enough to please yourself at this point and say I've done enough to be happy?
I've done more than enough. 4 massive fights in 13 months. No one in the history of boxing has done what I've done at this age. Massive pay-per-views, knocked out every single person that I've fought. The only person that's as active as me doing these bigger pay-per-views is Canelo.
And he's 50-plus fights in.
And like I said, I knocked out everyone that I fought, turned them all into memes. That shit's going viral all over the internet. And I'm ready to fight whoever. It doesn't matter if they're a professional boxer or if they're a 5-time UFC champion. I don't care. I'm really built for this. And no matter what, I'm going to find a way to get the job done. And that's what I showed tonight. And Tommy Fury is lucky that he wasn't in there tonight, because Tyron's way tougher. You know, he has that experience. Tommy probably would have looked a lot worse than that, and that was pretty bad.
Jake, can you walk us through the knockout? It seemed like, on Tyron's perspective, he was expecting a body shot, and the hand came down and clipped him. But were you gunning for that, or walk us through that?
Yeah, so the whole fight he was catching like this, you know, catching my jab, catching my two, catching right here with his elbow on my straight two. And so I wasn't landing, and I was coming up with the 6 to the body, and I was doing that all night long. Boom, I hit him with the fake, and then come with the 1, and he went to go catch it, and that's when I knew he was pulling his hands away, and I put all my power into it because I knew I set him up the whole entire fight for that.
That was you already planning on that with the feints and
Yep, and I knew I normally I load up a lot low key. I need to work on that, but. But my coach is like, don't load up. You already have enough power in them. But I just do it anyways because that's how I am. I'm going to work on that in the next camp. But I knew this punch was gonna land, so I put everything into it, everything. And you know, I might be a lumberjack because he went timber.
Jake, Jake, obviously, you know, you love boxing. You're becoming really good at it. But you also said earlier this week that, you know, you're struggling with, like, memory loss and speech and stuff like that. So, do you...
I didn't say that earlier this week. Next question. That's taken out of context. I didn't say anything like that.
Jake, if you had to rank your 3 knockouts in the last 13 months, where would you rank this one and the other 2 as well?
I would say this is number 1 because of the level of opposition. He's a 5-time UFC champ, and I flatlined him. Ben Askren, not really a striker. Nate Robinson, basketball player. But the fact that I proved I have one-punch power on a legend of this sport, people are going to be scared. That's why Masvidal and Nate Diaz got up out their seats and left, because they didn't want me to jump out the ring and start going at them. But people should be scared. Like, everyone's on high alert.
Jake, are those your next 2 targets at that point? Is it Diaz and Masvidal?
Everyone's a target. No one's safe. Hide your kids, hide your wife. I'm like Santa Claus. I'm coming down your chimney. I'll fuck everybody up. I'll fuck your whole family up. Yep.
If you were offered both guys, if you had a choice between Diaz or Masvidal,
There's no choice there. They're both under contract with the UFC. There's no discussion on that.
in the future, like if you could only fight one of them, who would you fight?
I'll fight all of them. I don't care. You know, I don't really know what's next on the roadmap. I've done it all. I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, and I need to take a break. You know, I've been going at this nonstop for 1.5 years, and it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Is the vocabulary word I would use. I need to spend time with my family on Christmas and go on a vacation. I haven't gone on vacation since I was 18 years old. I told myself, not until you feel like you got to a place in life where you deserve a vacation. And I deserve it now. So I'm going to go on my first real vacation where there's no obligations. Because I've gone on vacations where I have to film it and vlog it and do interviews and then wake up on a certain time and still work out. I'm going on a real vacation. I'm doing backflips into the water.
When would you expect to come back and fight again? You think? What's kind of
Whenever I feel like it. Whenever I feel like it.
Jake, you and Amanda Serrano emerge as the unlikely dynamic duo, with Amanda on course to fight Katie. Do you see yourself continuing that trend, or is that fight big enough where it has to be its own main event?
That's his own main event, for sure. And I'm so excited. I'm gonna do everything in my power to, you know, make that fight the biggest female boxing fight in the history of the sport, and it's a historic moment. And Amanda is a superstar. You know, she almost got her opponent out of there in the first round, and she could punch. She's an exciting fighter, a real superstar, and we're excited to take her to a whole nother level with MVP.
Bringing that fight for her career, where do you rank that among your own achievements in the sport?
Say it again?
So you being able to deliver that fight for her, where would you place that among your own achievements in the sport?
See, I love to bring everyone up around me and to support my friends, because if they're growing, then I'm growing. And that's what I've noticed. And so it's high on the list. It's so satisfying because she deserves the money and the notoriety more than I do. She's put in thousands and hundreds of hours in the gym, and she deserves the big payday that she's going to get. And she deserves to, you know, be able to retire from boxing and
not work again.
Yeah, not work again. And that unfortunately hasn't been the case for women's boxing. They've been underpaid and taken advantage of, and yeah, it's an amazing accomplishment for me to be able to help her. And she's such an awesome person, like such an awesome person.
Hey, Jake, can you talk about your experience bringing this card to Tampa, the support? I mean, we know a bunch of like big-time boxers that can't sell out their hometown, but the support you have in Tampa, any chance you bring back this card in Tampa? What's your experience like in Tampa?
Tampa's been amazing, so supportive. Everyone in the arena, you know, since day one, they gave me a jersey, and everyone's been so awesome. The fans showed out. I think I heard a number, 18,600?
685.
18,685 people. That's more than Madison Square Garden, more than the Staples Center. So, you know, this is iconic. And my audience is everywhere. That's the difference. Is I don't need to go to Las Vegas to sell out a crowd. My audience is digital, and I could go anywhere in the world and sell out.
Jake, you talked about your critics before the fight. What do you have to say to them tonight after knocking out Woodley in the 6th round?
Suck my nuts. What else can they say? What more could they want from me? And I don't do this for them. I do this to prove myself right. And I said that in my Instagram post 3 days before the fight. I said, I'm not doing this to prove people wrong. I'm doing this to prove myself right. And that remains true. And there's always going to be critics. So if you're a kid watching this, if you're whoever you are out there watching this and you have a dream and you want to be successful, if you're doing anything outside the ordinary, people are going to hate on you, and there's going to be critics in every single corner wanting to see you fall. It's a part of life. Don't pay them any attention. And by the way, they're only making you more popular. So I love the critics. Thank you. You guys motivate me, and I shut y'all the fuck up.
One more question, please.
Jake, 3 years ago, Woodley was the UFC world champion, and you haven't even had a professional bout yet. So you're going up this trajectory fast. Do you have a long-term vision as to where you can see yourself going for a title shot, or are you just taking it fight by fight and seeing how you feel when you wake up in the morning after a fight?
It's scary to try and put a cap on where this could go. You know, the potential is unlimited here, and it's really up to me and my team and how hard I want to work. But I'm hungry and motivated, and I love this shit. So, 2 years as a professional, and this has gone astronomical and is making history. So, yeah, I would love to just continue to put on historic events and sell massive pay-per-views and fight higher level opposition as I go. And maybe when the time is right, I'll go for the world championship belt and whatever belt that is, IBF, WBA, WBO, I don't know. But it'd be funny to just become a world champion and just be like, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. And as soon as I would win the world championship, I would take the belt and I would throw it on the fucking ground and stomp on it. Because you're a champion here and in your heart before anyone tells you that you're a champion. I am a champion.
Jake, is your signature going to be give the next fighter Rolexes? Because you kind of called your shot. It's time to knock you out, Woodley. Are you going to continue to do that with some of these fighters?
I mean, I feel like I have to give them gifts for the trauma I put them through. But yeah, maybe I got more tricks up my sleeves, and I guess I don't know. Do you want a Rolex? I could get you one. I'm gonna get him a Rolex. Will you get his email? Yes. All right. What's your name? Peter Blake. You're gonna look really good with a Rolex on. All right. Well, I'll have Nikisa hit you, and I'm gonna get you the same one I got Tyron. All right.
No Rolex watch for you.
Overall, the fight, how did you feel compared to the first one in terms of your fluidity? Like, overall, did you feel at all like overtraining played a part at all?
Nah, I felt a lot more comfortable, and my defense was way, way better. And in a lot of ways, it was similar to the first fight because we were sort of giving each other the same looks, and we both came in with a respect for our power, for each other's power. And so, a lot of times it was sort of like a stalemate because we were just gauging what the other person was going to do. Yeah, but I got elbowed, headbutted, and then when I pulled my arm right away, the same injury as before. So it is what it is. Shit.
Jake, you've already made a major impact in the sport at such a young age. You're helping women's boxing. You're getting young stars massive paydays. You're bringing more fans into arenas, giving boxing more attention. Do you see yourself becoming, a promoter or something like that down the line, quitting boxing all in general as a fighter and just doing the business side?
Yeah, for sure. I will always be involved in this sport forever. Whether I'm fighting or whether it's Nikisa and I running Most Valuable Promotions and helping people like Amanda Serrano get more spotlight. I could definitely put on a British accent and become an Eddie Hearn.
One more? Last one?
One more time before you go. You fought every 4 or 5 months. Would you anticipate fighting April, May? Longer?
It's gonna be longer. It's gonna be longer than that.
2 weeks ago, he
I don't
said,
give a shit about anyone.
2 weeks ago,
any
he said
name.
July, and then he said, well, maybe March. So he's got to take some time, think about what he wants to do, and then he'll tell us all what he wants to do.
What do you want to say to Dana White right now?
I just knocked out a 5-time UFC champion and embarrassed your whole company. And please, please let me get Kamaru Usman. Please let me get Diaz. Please let me get Masvidal. Please let me get McGregor, because I'm going to embarrass them too. I promise you that, Dana. I promise you that.
Thank you, everybody. December 28th.